Mitch, the floor is yours.
All right, so I'm gonna go over the rules for flag football season. So I'm gonna go over them. This will get sent to you guys, and then you guys can go over it with your team, send it to them, or you just watch the video and then explain it to your team, however you want to do it. This just takes away from having to meet up week one, and then I have to go through everything with everyone the day of. When you guys can just do that, we get to the field and we just start playing. Um, so a couple things I'm gonna go over. And if you, I mean, throughout the time, if you guys have questions, let us know. Let me know. We can go over whatever. But as far as the offense goes, um, so what we're doing for offense, so when you guys line up, we want three linemen on the lined up before the ball is snapped. So you have to have three linemen on the offensive side. After you snap the ball, they're eligible to leak out, whatever. So if you want to create plays where linemen can leak out, whatever, you can do all that. But you have to make sure before the ball is snapped, there's three linemen on the line lined up. Um, Quarterbacks can run at any time. Handoffs and laterals are allowed. So backwards lateral. If you're across the line of scrimmage, you could still do a lateral. Obviously, you can't throw it forward. Um, no stiff arms. So if the player's running the ball, you can't stiff arm, and no flag guarding either. Because we have the flags where they pop off, you have to give the defense a chance to at least pull your flag. So if you're flag guarding, it's not going to make any sense. So no flag guarding, no stiff arms, um, and no jumping or diving if you're running the ball. So for instance, if you're trying to get that first down or you're trying to get that touchdown, you can't jump and you can't dive. So you have to strictly run. Defense, though, so I don't want to get anyone confused. If the person's running and you dive to pull their flag, that's allowed. It's just the person that's running the ball that can't dive or jump.
And if somebody and the defender who jumps or dives to get the flag touches the player, that's a foul.
Like if you're pulling the shirt, yeah. But I
Right.
mean,
What if he makes a contact with the player?
yeah, then that's considered a tackle. So then
Okay.
that, I mean, and I'm going to explain that as far as tackling goes. The first thing we want to address is no tackling. Tackling will get your team 15 yards and potentially get you kicked out for the game. So we're avoiding all types of tackling. Things happen if it's something that like, and I'll let whoever's reffing make that call. But if it's like on accident or things like that, it'll still be the penalty, but like if it was on accident, you're not going to get kicked out of the game. But if you get like mad and you run and tackle somebody, you're getting tossed out of the game. But no matter what, if it's like a tackle, it is a 15-yard penalty. But when I say this, majority of the time it's because somebody purposely tackles somebody. So if it's something where like two guys ran into each other, whatever, you're not going to get a penalty for that. But if it's a purpose, like if you tackled on
Yeah.
purpose, you're getting the 15.
Yeah,
Your team's
makes
getting the
sense.
15-yard penalty, and you're getting tossed out of the game.
Yeah,
So
makes
keep
sense.
that in mind. So we want to avoid anyone fighting, things like that. So it's flag football after all. But couple things on offense. False start. So if the offensive player moves before the ball is snapped, that's a flag. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Illegal motion, which is more than one player in motion at the snap. Um, a pass thrown after the line of scrimmage, that's a 5-yard penalty. Flag guarding, stiff arm, blocking violation. Couple things I want to go over as far as blocking goes, because we've had this issue before. When it comes to blocking on the line, so mainly if the guy's in front of you, palms open, and you guys can push, but there's no grabbing, and there's no like pushing from this like the back. A lot of the times people will chip on the side. We're just trying to avoid pushes from the back, um, but mainly palms open, no pulling onto each other. um, as far as like a defender coming in, if the guy's going like this, you can swipe the arms, but it's mainly we want to keep palms open and just just like kind of pushing each other, right? Um, and then let's see. So I have that, and then let's see, holding, grabbing, all that. It's going to be a flag, and obviously the refs will call it like they see it. Another thing I wanted to mention, as far as the offensive line, the defensive side, they can be lined up on the line. The only person, if you're lined up right across from the center, you have to be a yard away from the center. So 1 yard away from the center, that gives them enough time to snap the ball, look up, and at least protect themselves. So whoever's lined up across from only the center, give that center a yard, at least a yard, or it's going to be a flag. Um, so let's see.
What?
Another thing that we discussed.
Sorry, Linus. One question I
Yeah,
noticed. Can whoever is like, I don't know the terminology, the one who gives the ball to the quarterback,
center. Yep.
yeah, center, can he like turn halfway and like gives the ball that way? I've seen some of the
Yeah,
leagues.
you could turn sideways and snap the ball.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
some guys will turn sideways and kind of just snap the
yeah,
ball.
yeah, yeah.
You can do that however you guys want to do it.
Sure.
Um, but yeah, you can definitely do that. I
Okay,
just
cool.
recommend doing it the normal way, because if you do it sideways, someone can just run through the middle. It's kind of hard, but whatever you guys, if the guy can hurry up and turn around block, by all means, whatever teams want to do. But yeah, we need a center to snap the ball. Um, so another thing we're gonna penalize is shirt pulling. So we had this a lot season one, where people are pulling each other's shirt to try to get the flag. That's gonna be a flag. It's gonna be a penalty flag, because um, the flag should be visible. So that's another thing. Flags should be visible. They should be over your shirt, and they should be on your sides where someone can pull them. If people are hiding their flags or making it difficult, there's gonna be a penalty for that, 5 yard penalty for every time we see it. Your team will get penalized for that.
So and
Um,
it's also like during that 30 seconds, everyone's responsibility to ensure the flags are over the shirt
yeah,
and then they're on the side. So if that doesn't happen, we will call that a foul
yeah.
too.
So I would say teammates let each other know, like, yo, fix your flags, things like that. However, there is scenarios where, for instance, if someone is missing a flag and they hurry up and line up, they're still eligible to play. Now, if someone is missing a flag and they catch the ball and they're running, that's all eligible. But if that person is missing a flag, you don't have to pull their flag. You just have to touch them. If you touch them, they're down right there. So if you have both flags in, then you got to pull the flag. But if someone's missing a flag because they pulled the last one and they can't find it real quick and they got to hurry up and line up, that person's still eligible player. Um, it's just if he catches the ball and he's got the ball, you just got to touch him and he's down right there. So I know that's going to happen a lot because people got to hurry up to the line of scrimmage and get going. But yes, make sure your flags are visible. I would say I want to say it's the captain's responsibility, but I'm going to say the whole team. If you see something, let your teammates know, because if the refs catch it, they should be throwing flags for that. Let's see. No holding, pushing, or tackling offensive players. No pulling of clothes. We discussed that. Interceptions, obviously, you can intercept the ball and it can be returned. Fumbles. So fumbles are not a thing. They're not going to be anything. If there's a fumble, that means it's down right there on the spot. So for instance, a fumble is like if the center hikes the ball, and let's just say once the center hikes it and the quarterback doesn't catch it, or if it's like a low snap or a really high snap and it hits the floor, your team loses that yardage. It's considered like a sack, right? I mean, it won't be recorded as a sack, but technically your team got sacked and you're moving backwards. So wherever the ball landed, that's where your team's moving backwards. Um, so it avoids from people, like, for instance, if there's a fumble, guys just jumping all over it. It avoids all of that. We don't want to have anyone injured or things like that. So also avoids people from trying to punch the ball out of each other's hands, things like that. So that's not acceptable. No fumbles. So wherever the ball goes, it's down right there. Um, let's see. We already went over that. And so, all right, defensive penalties, I would say offside, so crossing the line of scrimmage before the ball is snapped. Um, that'll be a 5 yard penalty. Illegal rush. So that's rushing QB before one. I guess I'm just reading it off of what I see here, but a illegal rush would be basically, I'm going to take this as if you're lined up over the center, that'll be a flag. Because, like I said, you got to give them a yard. Grabbing or holding an offensive player. Pass interference, I have it the same way as the NFL. It'll be at the spot of the foul, an automatic first down. So if there's if a receiver is going out wide, or out long, and he catches before he catches the ball. There's a pass interference, like somebody hits him in the air or whatever, and he doesn't catch it. If a flag should be thrown, referee will call pass interference. They'll be down right where the contact happened, and it's an automatic first down. As far as the field goes, actually, let me go over the defense real quick. Pass interference, I went over that. Unnecessary roughness, so that's basically like tackling, excessive force, pushing, all that stuff. That's unnecessary roughness. Stripping, like trying to strip the ball, that's because either way, like there's no fumbles or things like that, but no stripping of the ball. Pulling clothes, and we already talked about tackling. That's a 15-yard penalty and automatic ejection. And then let's see, a couple things I want to go over. So as far as the field goes, the field, we're going from end zone to end zone, but your team is going to start at the 25-yard line. Or I'm sorry, they're going to start at how did we have it last year?
Do you want me to pull up the map?
Oh, they'll start at the 10. Yeah, they start at the 10. Every 25 will be a first down. So the 25-yard line will be a first down. I'd say half field is first down, and then 75 yards into the field is another first down.
And we have the cones there
yeah.
too, for people to see. Those or cones, right?
Huh?
We also have the cones, so you.
Yeah, we have the cones as well.
Yeah.
Are you pulling it up or?
What do you want me to pull up?
The map? No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were, but no, I don't need it.
Okay.
But so yeah, so it's gonna be first downs like that. There's no field goals, but there is an extra point. So if your team scores a touchdown, you can go for the extra point, which would be 10 yards away, and then or you can go for two. You can go for two from 10 yards. So that's the only time we're kicking. It'll just be kicking for the extra point. If we go into overtime, so we're changing up the overtime. The way we had it last time was kind of like NFL rules, but we're going to change it more to like college rules. I don't know if this is exactly like college rules, but we're going to do it from the 10-yard line. And we're basically going to flip a coin. Whoever gets it can choose to either go first or let the other team go. And if they score, they only have 4 downs. So there's no first down in overtime. You're starting at the 10-yard line and you have a chance to score. If they score, the other team gets a chance to score. If the other team doesn't score, then the first team that scored wins. If the first team doesn't score and then the second team scores, they win. If they both keep scoring, they just keep going until somebody doesn't score. So it's going to go back and forth. There's no time for it. But yeah, and then each game is going to be 25-minute halves. 25-minute first half, 25-minute second half. Play clock will be 30 seconds. You get a 30-second play clock. So once after a play is done, once the ref puts the ball down, you have 30 seconds to get in a huddle, come up with a play, and hike the ball and get going. Or it's going to be a delay a game, penalty, you lose 5 yards. And then let's see. As far as timeouts go, we're giving each team 3 timeouts each half. So first half and second half, you get 3 timeouts. And then how long did we have halftime for? Halftime was
it's like 2-3 minutes, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2-3 minutes halftime, and then timeouts will be what, like a minute?
Maybe less, depending on like how fast we were trying to go. Because
we'll do timeouts same as the game clock. You get a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, I don't think
it'll
they
be
need
like that.
more than that. The clock doesn't stop.
Oh yeah, the clock's not going to stop unless you call timeout, but the clock will keep going. If a team calls timeout, time stops, right? But let's see. Last year we had it where actually, yeah, the clock doesn't stop unless the team calls timeout or they go out of bounds, or if it's a dropped catch. If somebody if the play is dead, whatever. But if somebody catches the ball, it's going to continue going, and we're going to do that throughout the whole game. If there's changes that need to be made, we'll have to see from then. But as of right now, time doesn't stop unless you call timeout, unless you go out of bounds, or unless it's an incomplete pass. Or yeah, just those three. Let's see. And then overtime, there is no time. It'll just be a back and forth thing. So we're trying this out because we had a little bit of an issue last year. So we're gonna try that. And I'm sorry for the overtime. Sorry, the overtime. It's gonna be each team is gonna start at the 25-yard line, trying to score, and
Not
you
10.
only have 4 downs. So there's no first down. Um, let's see. Um, there's no game clock overtime, and normal play clock rules is 30 seconds. Penalties are enforced as they would be in regulation of play in the defensive, offensive first. Okay. Let's see. And then each team can have up to 9 players, even if you can borrow players if you need it. It's going to be 7 versus 7 on the field. If you have 8 or 9, that's fine. But if you only have 7 and you need subs, you can grab up to 2. That's it. So each team can have up to 9 players. So like I said, if you're short on guys, you can obviously borrow guys, things like that, just so you can get at least up to 7 or up to 9. But 9 is your max.
And
So
what's the forfeit situation when a team doesn't have enough players? Is it like 5 players below, or is it 6 players you have your forfeit? What's
you
the
need to have
situation?
7.
Right.
So if you don't have 7 and nobody's playing for you, which I don't think is going to be an issue, but let's just say you only have 6, it's a forfeit.
It's a forfeit.
We're not doing 6 versus 7. We're not doing any of that. It's going to be 7v7. That's
And they
it.
can't borrow 1 or 2 guys to do this. So what you're saying is the forfeit happens if they're below 7. If you're 7 and up, you're good. You still can
Yeah.
play and have your guest
But
player,
you
but
can borrow players from other teams.
yeah.
If like I'm sure other people are going to be down to play, but if like you absolutely can't get nobody and you're at 6 players or less, then it's a forfeit.
Also, when
Your
it
team
comes
will
to
lose.
guest player, you can also bring a guest, as you mentioned, you can have guest players within the league. So if you can go to somebody in a different team and ask for a guest player, and they can definitely play for you. If you want to bring somebody from outside of the league, there's a $35 fee which needs to be paid before the game starts, so in case you want to do that. But also when we go to this is the guest player from outside the league only happens during the regular games, but once the playoff happens, you must only borrow player from the other 2 teams that are not making it to the playoffs. So because there are 4 teams that go to playoff semifinals, so if you need a guest player, you would have to reach out to the 5th place team or 6th place team to get a guest player.
Yeah. So playoffs, you cannot borrow players that are already in the playoffs. But you can borrow from the 2 teams that don't make the playoffs. Playoffs, yeah, no borrowing other players that are currently in the playoffs.
Right. Okay. Carry
And
on,
then yeah,
please.
if you bring an outsider that is not a part of the league, hasn't paid, then he has to pay $35. Because the reason why we're doing this is because we don't want to have towards the end of the season. Let's just say you have somebody that's not playing anymore or whatever, and that issue. I mean, things happen, and that'll. I mean, I hope it doesn't happen to anybody, but if it does, we don't want to bring in somebody and he's playing for free while everybody else paid, and he just gets
Exactly.
to play for free towards the end of the season. So he has to pay $35 to play that game. It's each game. So if you bring this guy 4 times, he's paying 35 each time. If he wants to just sign up, he's more than welcome to sign up, whoever it is.
And that's the whole point.
But
We're doing this so that players are encouraged to sign up rather than just
yeah,
show up to the games.
because we're trying to grow this. We're trying to grow this, and we want people to play, whoever it is. But I will say, if you, I mean, you can all if you borrow players that are currently paid in the league, obviously that's a different story. They already paid, they can play.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
someone you bring that is not a part of the league, you just bring them for a day. That person's paying $35, or he can't play,
Right.
or you borrow someone from a different team.
Hmm. Um,
Um,
is there anything else? We're at
um,
20-minute mark.
no, that's really about it. I would just say for this season, just try to watch out for the shirt pulling because that's what we had an issue a lot with. Also, another thing I want to add: you can't push a player out of bounds. That's one thing we didn't bring up. So if someone's
Yeah,
running the ball, you can't try to knock them out of bounds. The whole point of this is you're trying to get the flags.
right.
That's the whole point. I mean, there's been issues. People keep asking me, what if two guys are running into each other, but this guy's not going out of bounds? Um, Depending on how this looks, if there's like some type of like collision, it could be a penalty on whoever initiated it.
I mean,
So it can
sometimes,
go down for an offensive player as trucking, or it can go down for a defensive player. But that's for the ref to decide. Um,
yeah. And then sometimes, like, things happen, as you mentioned. Sometimes they're intentional, sometimes they're not. But like, even if it's unintentional, if there's a rule over it, we have to go for it. I mean, it sucks, but it is what it is.
yeah, and then um, also another thing, because we had this last year, if there is a situation where there's a call made and everyone's just arguing, a ref can use a ref timeout where it'll stop the clock. It'll get them in a huddle. For instance, if I'm standing on one side of the field and Zay is standing on the other side of the field and we're refing it, and there's a call made and there's like a big, huge argument about it, Zay is not sure about it, whatever, a ref can call a timeout to stop the game, get in a huddle only with the other ref and the captains of the teams. Only the captains. So we don't want any players running up to us. Your captain for your team can come into the huddle and we can discuss it right there and we'll come to a decision. Also, I mean, God forbid, I hope this doesn't happen, but if someone gets injured, obviously that's going to stop the clock. We're going to hold off, make sure he's good. But yes, if there's a if there's something where we make a call and it just gets out of hand, everyone's arguing, whatever, it gets like becomes this big deal. Referee can call for a timeout where it doesn't affect any team. They get in a huddle and with the captains of the teams, and you guys discuss it and you come to an agreement. You have to come to an agreement in that huddle though. So we're not stopping time just for you guys to get together and make a or sit in that huddle and argue with each other. Be quick, talk about it real quick, make a decision, and keep it moving so we can get the game going. Um, so yes, because last season we had like 10 guys running up to us, and we're
Yeah.
trying to avoid all of that. So
Um,
just captains only.
Another thing, as far as the teams and captains, it's your responsibility to arrive on time and play at it. Play at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, or 8 o'clock. So the games are gonna start on time. If the league is not ready, if the referees are not ready, we're not ready to start the game. That's a different story. But if everything is set and the teams are not ready, the clock will be running. So the time will be reducing from your game.
Yeah.
So, but again, in case like the refs are not ready, the time stops because that's on us. But other than that, we just don't want to hear teams saying, "Oh, the clock is running. What's going on?" It's because you're supposed to be ready, warmed up, ready to go at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
And the
But
reason why
yeah,
we're doing this, so it's up to you, or it's on you guys to get your team there on time, whatever. We're starting it right away. The reason why is because last season we had a lot of issues where teams didn't get enough time because the first game took too long. Or, for instance, like in the finals, we wanted to do an all star game, but it took so long that we didn't even get to do that the right way. Um, so we want to try to do that again this year, but we need everyone to be on time. If you're not on time, then your game's still gonna start. Your game's gonna start, however it goes, whatever, until you guys get there. But you might lose time on your game. But we need to be on a schedule because we only have the field for a certain amount of time. So
right.
let's all respect that and have a good season.
Okay. I think that's
If you
it,
guys
right?
have any questions, obviously see me on the Sunday games and ask me a question. Or even if I forgot something, I'm not perfect, and neither are the refs either. So just to let you guys know, the refs aren't perfect either. There might be some mistakes. We don't have replay assists. We don't have all of that stuff. Mistakes happen, but we're gonna do our best. We just want everyone to have a good time and have a good season. But if there's something that I missed as far as rules go, or if you have questions, bring it up to me on the Sundays, or call me, text me. You can even hit up Zaya and let us know, and I'll address it with everybody if I forgot something. Or if you just have questions, I can just answer those for you. Even suggestions too. Suggestions help. Like the overtime rules, I actually got that suggestion from the Daniels team from last season. So that was their suggestion. We liked it, and we're gonna go with it. So suggestions help out too.
Awesome.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you, Ninos. I
All
appreciate it.
righty. Let's have a good season.
Have a good day. Bye.